Hey friends, what's up? Welcome back to another video. As you can tell by the title and thumbnail of this video, I'm going to share with you how I am eating this week with just a $25 budget. You're going to actually see something different in today's video. You're going to see the grocery haul and all the prices at the end of today's video, so make sure you stay all the way through. You won't want to miss the entire haul. And if there are any actual recipes to share within today's video, I will type them down and leave them in the description box. Let's start out with breakfast, which I have to be honest is probably the best breakfast I've ever made here on my channel. You are going to want to make this ASAP, and as I'm sharing the recipe, I'll give you some alternatives in case you don't have the items that I have on hand, because I am using fresh peaches, but there's a lot of different options you can use. I also want to just quickly say I am meal prepping for the next 3 days, so I'm not making all the food I purchased, but it will also let you know some of the meal ideas I came up with using some of the leftovers, because I have a lot of food for just $25. I am not joking when I say this is one of the best breakfasts I've ever made here at home. And my peaches were real mushy and the seeds were so hard to get out the pits. So it was an epic fail showing you some really cute peaches, but it doesn't really matter because I decided to blend them up with the applesauce. This is a little hand blender. It's cordless. I cannot find anything like it on Amazon. You can check for yourself if you want to. I get a lot of questions about it, and every single time I make a video, I'm like, if I can find it, I'll link it, but I cannot find anything like it. It's kind of like a Ninja food processor, but it's a knockoff, and like I said, it's cordless. So I went ahead and added my peaches and applesauce together, and then I threw all my ingredients into a bowl. I love dump and go simple recipes, stuff that you can eyeball, and of course recipes that you can make from whatever you have on hand. For example, this actual recipe I took from Pinterest and then eliminated like 30% of the ingredients and switched some of the ingredients. It called for flour. I decided to use oats instead, so I'd have some extra oats on hand for later this week if I wanted them for a snack or for an additional meal. And this would actually make so much. I had enough to make 2 pans of this peach cornmeal bake, plus I had, like I said, I had leftover oats. So you could definitely do flour instead of oats, which would actually reduce your cost, but I am gluten-free, so I decided to go with the oats. And you could do blackberries, cinnamon, brown sugar, strawberries, so many different options. I even thought about saving some of the sweet corn that you'll see it later in this video and adding some sweet corn, because yes, like brown sugar, cinnamon with a little bit of sweet corn into a cornbread bake sounds amazing. I went ahead and baked it at 425 for about 35 minutes until it was baked all the way through, and it was so good. Have I told you it's good yet? Because it's amazing, and I definitely think you need to be making this ASAP. It's a cool summer-ish recipe, and I feel like it's good warm or hot. I am totally laughing at myself because I didn't even realize until I edited this that I opened the pasta box upside down. Not that it matters, but it was so funny because I was, showing you, hey, this is the pasta I got, which I got for a killer deal. I never find pasta for a good price, gluten-free pasta that is, in store anymore, and it's always sold out, so I always make a large order on Thrive Market, but when I saw this at the store, I picked it up because it was on sale, almost half off, which is incredible. So I am making an Italian style pasta salad. If you're not new to my channel, you know pasta salad is my favorite thing in the world in the summertime because it's cool, it's refreshing, and you can literally make it however you want, add any ingredients you want. I kept this kind of traditional and basic: red onion, tomato, cucumber, olives. I also decided to use the olive juice for the dressing so I wouldn't have to purchase an additional dressing. I think that's a really great way to show you guys how to use every single ingredient you have, and then also you don't have to buy dressing, so you're saving yourself a couple of dollars in the long run. I always have mustard in my fridge, and of course I use seasonings that I have on hand, which I'm sure is what you guys do as well. Those are things I don't buy every single week, so they're not included in my weekly budget. I typically, like most people, buy seasonings when I run out, so it just really depends. Sometimes it's once a year, sometimes it's once a month, you know what I mean. But this pasta is the gluten-free corn style pasta, and it's one of my favorites if I can ever find it in store. And I just mixed this up and it was delicious. I went ahead and only made this for 6 servings because you're gonna see my dinner here in a little bit. And that made almost 10 servings for the week. So I went ahead and had 6 servings of this for lunch and then ate the additional leftovers, which were the dinner that I'll share with you. And so that's why you're not seeing 7 lunches. Okay. But this is beautiful, it's super colorful, and it's delicious. Huge shout out to PDS Debt for sponsoring today's video. If you've been around my channel for any amount of time, you know my husband and I went on a debt-free journey in 2020 through 2021. We paid off all of our debt, almost $36,000 in about 6 months. That's when I started sharing extreme grocery budget hauls here on my channel and started really cutting back on our groceries because it allowed me to have some margin in our budget to throw at our debt. I am extremely passionate about people becoming debt-free and sharing tips and tricks that help along the way. And I'm really excited to share with you that PDS Debt has an amazing opportunity if you are also on a journey to becoming debt-free. PDS Debt has customized 0% interest options for anyone who is struggling with credit card debt, personal loans, collections, or medical bills. If you are making payments month to month and your balance is not going down, this program is for you. PDS Debt rolls all of your monthly payments into one with a 0% interest monthly payment. Anyone with over $8,000 in debt qualifies. Doesn't matter if you have bad credit or good credit, everyone is accepted. You guys, you can save thousands of dollars when it comes to cutting back on your interest. So the 0% interest is huge for paying off your debt quickly, efficiently, and taking a lot of pressure off of your finances. PDS Debt is offering a free debt analysis just for completing the quick and easy debt assessment at www.pdsdebt.com/Miranda. That's pdsdepd.com/Miranda. Take back your financial freedom today by visiting pdsdebt.com/Miranda. If you all have any questions about our debt-free journey, I'm actually going to link 2 videos down in the description box below that tells you everything we did to pay off our debt in 6 months. Okay, now let's get back to dinner because it is so good and you don't want to miss it. One of the biggest questions I get here on my channel is, what does your husband eat? So I will link a video down below I made a couple weeks ago. It's what is in my husband's lunchbox. Typically he eats the same stuff as I do. A lot of times when I am doing one of these videos, I'm doing it specifically for YouTube. Of course, I love saving money on my grocery budget. Yeah, absolutely. But another thing that comes with financial freedom is the freedom to buy whatever I want. But the values that were created during our debt-free journey, we still hold on to and we value. We were able to purchase our first home, have a huge emergency fund, put down a large down payment. We are currently saving for adoption. I cannot tell you the opportunities that have been blessed within my life when I became debt-free. So if you want to check out the videos that I am talking about being debt-free for us and also what my husband eats, we eat pretty much the same thing. I just shop specifically for each video because I like to share a lot of meal ideas and I enjoy saving money still in our grocery budget. So the potatoes, as you saw me chopping, I decided to kind of do a French fry vibe and I threw a bunch of seasonings on them, popped them in the oven, 450 degrees for about 40 minutes. They were nice and crispy when they came out. And I know it's not quite sweet corn season. And if you didn't know, I grew up in sweet corn country of the world. I actually sold sweet corn. It was one of my first jobs in high school. I know you really wanted to know that fun fact about me, but I can pick out the most perfect sweet corn. I might not be able to pick out good onions or great potatoes or wonderful watermelons, but sweet corn is always perfection when I pick it out. So of course I got that roasting as well, and you're probably curious as to why all these ingredients were going in my oven separately. Well, I am very, very frugal and I only have one cookie sheet right now. So if you have multiple cookie sheets, you can throw it all in at once, kind of create it like a sheet pan meal, because I did go ahead and add some roasted tofu as well. But like I said, I was meal prepping, so I kind of designed my meal plan around the options that I am cooking with, like my oven, my stovetop, etc. So I get the most optimal cooking time and least amount of time in my kitchen. So I'm super efficient. So I popped that corn in with the potatoes, 450, about 20-25 minutes, and then I went ahead and chopped the rest of my veggies for the corn salsa. A great addition would have been cilantro, but it looked all terrible at the store, and I didn't feel like running to a second store because we all know gas prices are chopping off our legs right now. Let me know in the comments below. I asked a couple weeks ago, what's gas prices near you? And now I'm curious, what are gas prices near you now? It's incredible how much they are jumping. And of course they're gonna jump with Memorial Day and 4th of July. Speaking of 4th of July, this is a great corn salsa to have 4th of July. Add some lime, cilantro, some tahini, so good. So I get a lot of questions about tofu. When I first went plant-based, I hated tofu. I don't press my tofu. I don't mind that it is not pressed, I guess. I have pressed tofu sometimes when we go out to eat or to a friend's house, but I just went ahead and added some seasoning and some mustard. The mustard kind of acts as an oil, so it gets nice and crispy on the outside. And I went ahead and baked it on the same cookie sheet that my potatoes were in. I guess it's a baking sheet, not a cooking sheet, but whatever. And it got nice and crispy on the outside and nice and delicious and soft in the inside. There is the corn salsa and some of the potatoes. I still have a whole bunch of potatoes left to make later on this week. I only meal prepped for a couple of days because that is the easiest way for me to kind of manage everything in my fridge, everything going on, and then of course being the most efficient and timely in my kitchen. So I go ahead and put these together. Of course, I'm just using my fingers because your fingers are the best utensils that you have in your entire kitchen. Throw together these bowls, and next you're gonna see my grocery haul. I set myself a $25 grocery budget and decided to plan for a breakfast, lunch, and dinner for 7 days. Now I went ahead and only spent $23.44. Sometimes I spend a little under because it's like a challenge for me. It's like a little game to be like, okay, how close can I get it, or can I spend like a little tiny bit less? A couple ways you could actually save on this is to eliminate the peaches because they're not in season. You could swap out the tofu for an additional starch, and I went ahead and splurged on the expensive cucumbers. These were 88 cents a piece. The other cucumbers were 3 for $1. Another thing you could do is you could get the larger container of applesauce. I decided to get the smaller one, so ounce for ounce it was more expensive, but I was really trying to stay within that $25 budget. I will put my prices up here on the screen just so you guys, if you're curious, can see. Of course, grocery prices are different all over the world. If you live in a different state, a different country, you're going to get different grocery prices than I have here, and there's no need to compare your prices to mine or to tell me mine are so much less or more expensive. This is just to give you guys some ideas if you're looking to shop and create good meals on a budget. Thank you so much for watching today's video. I hope you really enjoyed it. Make sure to give this video a huge thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button so you never miss a new video by me, and I'll see you very soon in another video. Bye.